had a chance to see Pop.
Oh, where?
Walking.
I never met Pop.
Off Sunset in L.A.
Okay.
That hotel.
Okay.
And I saw him. He was a cool dude. He walked past and I seen him. My man said, "What up?" And I'm like, "What up?" "What up?" Cool dude. And
But how did you feel? A lot of people when Pac passed, and then you came to the scene. A lot of people compared you. They compared.
I wasn't there when he died.
No, they compared you. How did you feel to that comparison? Some people get offended. Some people.
I used to correct people as plainly as I could. They were like, "Oh, you like the next Pop?" I'm like, "No, I'm the first X." They would say that.
Great.
They would say that. They would say that. "Oh, you like the next Pop?" I'm like, "No, I'm not the next. Anything, I'm the first."
What's good, everybody? It's Coffee on the Vid. Back with some hip-hop news, a hip-hop blog. And you hear that little clip there. DMX, old interview. First time around on Drink Champs at the very early stages of Drink Champs. You know, speaking about Tupac, right? How he was compared so much to Tupac back in the day, right? And it's wild because I just did a blog not too long ago where DMX did his second time around on Drink Champs, which was a real good look. I'm happy he made it back to the platform. You know, X is a legend to the fullest. And I pointed out before, man, I'm not trying to diss X or disrespect him or nothing. His first time on Drink Champs, when this clip comes from, is not the best look. Like, you could clearly tell X was just not doing that well. You know what I mean? At the one point when he says, you know, what did you feel about when people compared you to X? And he was like, Pac, he was like, I wasn't there when Pac was killed. You know what I mean? Like, it was just not a good look for X. So it's dope now. He was just back on there recently, you know, healthy, got some weight on him. This album we all keep waiting on. Like, when is it coming? I can't wait. Everyone hit the comments with your thoughts on all that. But you may recall on that video, on his second time on Drink Champs, there was a lot of talk about DMX and Ja Rule and their issues and how those issues all stemmed from people comparing them, right? It's kind of wild if you think about it. Like, X and Ja always got compared, and people really back then was saying that. I'm sure, do you guys all remember that when people were saying, yo, he's like the New York Tupac, even though Tupac really is from New York, you know, started out as MC New York, but a lot of people used to say that, and it's weird because their styles, in my opinion, are very different, as far as flowing. I will agree they both like got this energy and aura about them, but just very different rappers, I think, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But this has been making its rounds on social media. Again, you guys know how it goes with clips and sound bites and such. At certain times, they just come back and start trending like a motherfucker again. And with this one, it just had me thinking to ask everyone, where do you guys think that came from, that everyone compared X and Pac? And like, do you remember that? What are your thoughts about it? Do you agree that they're different? Do you think I'm like right when I'm saying that it was just that X had a huge energy and buzz about him, or what? Like, let's talk about it. Definitely both legends, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Tupac, as always. So comment on that. But moving along, when we're talking about clips and people talking about Tupac, it had me thinking, I don't even know why this popped in my mind, but do you guys remember some years back, there was a soundbite or a video footage floating around of Keith Murray. Shout out Keith Murray, dope rapper. I always hope that the Def Squad will get another album out there. Like, I read Erick Sermon, Keith Murray, so dope. We know they're not all that active in the rap game anymore. When it comes to the mainstream, they're doing their own. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta look for them nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're into their music, they're one of those artists that they're just in the cut, putting their music out. They're not really sweating to have the numbers, you know, because they're not being pumped by a machine or whatever. But, you know, hit the thoughts, hit the comment with your thoughts about the Def Squad, about Keith Murray. It's been a minute since we seen him in the mainstream. He's dope, man. But there were these clips floating around 2012, 2014, for a couple years, actually, where Keith Murray was turned up to the fullest, talking about that back when the East Coast, West Coast issues, which when we always break it down on the channel, I kind of more or less think it was a death row bad boy thing that with the media spin and then some other stuff transpiring kind of started to grow bigger than that. And, you know, rest in peace, Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac's mom, Afeni Shakur. But Keith Murray was talking about an incident at the House of Blues where he was out there. You know, Keith Murray worked on that legendary track with LL Cool J, the I Shot Ya remix. You know, the beat was the same as the Biggie Who Shot Ya. Pac didn't like that. And, you know, Keith Murray has the reputation of being a wild one. You know, there's stories out there about him getting that Dame Dash. Another legend, we got to say rest in peace to Prodigy. There's some stories about him and Prodigy. I ain't trying to disrespect Prodigy, but Keith Murray is said to be a wild one. And in this clip, he was basically like, yeah, I squared off with Pac, like right in the middle of everything. You know, now media started trying to run with this and started saying things along the lines of like, yo, the East Coast, West Coast shit is being brought back up. Keith Murray beat up Tupac. And listen, I mean, I get it at the end of the day that the media is going to try to do their 1-2 and get their numbers. But this was kind of fucked up because we're talking about deceased legends. We know hip hop wars, quote unquote, you know, really pop amped up by the media kind of led to their passing. And I mean, I get it. We with Keith Murray, we could tell he's a high energy, high octane kind of guy. And when someone brought this incident up to him, he looked like he had a little something to drink that night. And, you know, they put the cam on him. You know what I mean? Well,
holla, and you add on. Yeah, squared off with Pop.
Like 3 times. I was blown away.
Okay, so next time when we play the clip, I want you to eat your boot. You said that when you saw the clip, I said I beat Tupac up. Look it up. This is history. Good night. Peace. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Afeni Shakur. She may have seen it. And if you look at the clip, I've never said that I beat Tupac up. I said me and Tupac squared off in the House of Blues. Yeah, squared off with Pac in the House of Blues before the shit popped. Word up. Fist fought niggas in the industry and kept it cool. Because when he got shot, he thought that we all made that record. Who shot you? I shot you. With LL Cool J, you know, that we was talking about him. Then I seen him, he said, nah, we ain't talking about you. We shook hands at the end of the night, and that was that. A lot of people was there and saw it. The person that put the clip out, the media think they real slick too. They would word a clip different than what it is in the clip. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that shit is going on. And I know who put that clip out. What TV I'm on?
Ruger TV.
Ruger TV. And that was wrong for what y'all did. Y'all twist my words up. I'ma find you in the street and take it to the streets on you. Now you can take that and clip it, flip it, dip it, however you want. Yeah, but I would never disrespect Tupac.
you hear that little clip there. That was a This Is 50 joint that Keith Murray did with Jack Thriller, and Jack Thriller was kind of pressing him because when this clip got hot, really started circulating and everyone was talking about it, Keith Murray ended up doing a Vlad TV video where he basically, when he was asked again about the situation, wouldn't really speak on it and basically just was like, nah, nothing happened between me and Pac. And a lot of people were trying to get on Keith's head for this and be like, oh, man, you were turned up talking that slick talk about Pac, and then now you want to deny it. But you hear the way he broke it down to Jack Thriller. He said, you know, rest in peace, or actually not rest in peace, Afeni Shakur. She wasn't passed then. Just, I know Pac's mom may have seen this. Rest in peace to her son. I didn't mean no disrespect to him. And he kept it funky. You know what I mean? He's like, I know who put that footage out there. I never said I fought Pac. I said we squared up. We ended up shaking hands at the end of the day. So a lot of people were, you know, coming down on Keith Murray for this. Like, yo, you didn't stand on your words. But I mean, I think that this was a real classy move on his part, being that we're dealing with dead rappers and media amping up beefs. And like I said, after that clip came out where a drunk Keith Murray just got turned up. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell the way the footage went. Someone was talking to him, and then boom, they got that camera rolling. Who knows how amped up they had him about this situation, where he said, yeah, like, me and Pac, we score off right in the middle of everything, you know. Then, like I said, the media starts doing their 1-2, pumping it up. Is it the East Coast, West Coast beef round 2? You know what I mean? So then Keith appears on Vlad TV and was like, nah, we never had no issues, and won't really talk about it. But you heard he set the record straight here. Yo, I didn't like the way someone tried to spin that clip. I didn't feel right about it. I sat back and thought about it, in the mature move is, I'm going to just tell y'all right now, we had a respect for each other. Yeah, neither of us was backing down, but it was all some bullshit at the end of the day. And that's peace. And I don't know, I respect that. So, you know, being with this DMX Pac audio clip really starting to do its numbers again, it brought me back to this whole Keith Murray situation. And I feel like I said, Keith is dope, legendary in my opinion as well. Isn't a household name the way Tupac and R.I.P. Prodigy and a lot of other artists we're talking about are, but still is legend. I hope we see another Def Squad album, like I said. And I think that this was the mature, right way to handle this, you know. So everyone on Keith Murray's head about this over the years, y'all were lame for that, you know what I mean? Hit the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this all. Rest in peace to all the legends. Thank you for watching, guys. Really interested to hear your thoughts about this Tupac comparisons, this whole Keith Murray, Tupac old stories, the way it almost got turned back up on him. Let's talk about it all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gone, guys. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Peace.